Just get me out.
Can you do anything with these?
The doc said I wasn't to get him wet.
No, try some sorting. Oh, I see. Little rest time over, is it?
Oh, lay off, B. I've got a problem.
And so have I. No workers.
B, I'm trying to tell you something.
Yeah, what?
The cat's hit the pigeons. Mick's put his trip forward so he can see me, and he'll be here in 4 days.
Well, hold your horse. There's no use to panic.
Oh, who's panicking? It's too late for that. I'll just have to expose myself.
No, I wouldn't do that. That'll put him right off.
Well, I mean, write to him and tell him I'm a fraud.
He'll never get the letter in time.
What do you suggest? I invite him here to tea and scones in the dining room?
Yeah, he could. He could say you'd taken over as governor.
Oh, yes, and get Ferguson to wait on us.
Now, that I would like to see. Come on, love, don't worry. We'll think of something.
See? I told you they weren't going to turn up.
Well, honey, it's early yet. Look, why don't we go and sit down?
I can't. God, I wish I had a drink. Well, what difference would it make now?
Well, for starters, they'd smell it on you, wouldn't they?
No, they wouldn't, because they're not coming. I know George. He's changed his mind. Oh, come on, Jude, let's go. Hello, Johnny. Barbie.
Hello.
Hello. You look wonderful. Well, don't I get a hug?
It's ringing.
Thank you.
Hello. G'day, buddy. How you getting on?
Not good. Oh, I'll get it. Listen, if you don't get me out of here, I may never get out.
They think you're a bit of a celebrity, eh?
Oh, you could say that. Only they're not after autographs, they're after blood.
Well, there's not much I can do for you in there. I could call off the protection rackets for a while if you like. That should cool things down for a bit. At least until the appeal.
Well, you can forget about the appeal. Eddie hasn't been able to come up with anything. All it's doing is making him more suspicious of me. Oh, he's been snooping around. He came up with your name today.
My name? Damn it. How'd he get that? I thought we had this thing shut up like a drum. Well, what do you want me to do?
Just get me out of here, and I don't care how. Arrange something from your end, I'll do what I can from my end. Listen, there's a couple of other things.
$2,000. No problem getting it, but how do I smuggle it into you? All right. What was the other thing? Joan Ferguson. Well, I haven't been able to do much yet.
I'm relying on you, Jerry. Don't let me down.
I'll do what I can.
We haven't seen you for a long while.
No, I've been away. But I thought about you both all the time. Do you think about me sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes.
What do we call you now?
Well, you used to call me Mummy.
Yes, but we've got another mummy now.
Do you like her?
Yeah, she's great.
She's home even when we get back from school.
Yeah. Well, that's much better, isn't it? Does she look after you?
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Why don't you come and live with us too?
No, I couldn't do that. Actually, I've got to go away again for quite some time.
Could we come too and Daddy? Like we used to?
No, sorry, baby. I've got to go on my own.
No.
As a matter of fact, I've got to go pretty soon. George, can you take me away, please? Now, I want you to be real good to your new mum.
Look, kids, you wait over there for a minute, okay? Kiss your mother. Kiss Hazel. Goodbye.
No, it's all right. We've said our goodbyes, haven't we, kids?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Look, Hayes, I am sorry the way things have turned out.
Yes, so am I, George. I'm never going to see him again. Now, you make sure you look after my kids. I love you. I love you.
Now, Smith, what can I do for you?
Well, it's not for me, Mrs. Reynolds, it's for Lizzie.
Lizzie?
Yeah, I suppose you know her friend Mick from overseas plans to visit Australia?
Yes, I do.
Well, Lizzie's gone and dropped herself right in the... Well, she's gone and dropped herself right in it by telling him that she's really rich. And now she's frightened that...
But he'll find out the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, unfortunately, I don't see what I can do about it.
Well, I was wondering if Lizzie could have a day release.
I doubt whether the department would approve.
I don't see why not. Wouldn't do any harm. You could just say she's visiting an old mate from overseas. And it'd get Lizzie off the hook. And she'd have an officer with her the whole time.
Well, there's nothing to stop her from applying.
But it'd help if you put your weight behind it. And it might be the only chance she'll ever get to see him.
Tell her to apply and I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, Mrs. Reynolds.
By the way, that woman you mentioned on the phone,
Oh, yes. Have any luck?
seems she's quite an animal lover. She's got a dog she's very fond of. Do anything for it.
I see. Yeah, she helps some wayward strays lately and found them good homes.
Oh, really?
Seems she has a soft spot for special cases.
Well, we'll have to see if she can be persuaded.
How are the plans for the holiday going?
Slowly. I found a real estate agent who could be quite helpful. Rent's a bit high, though.
Still, it'd be worth it. Did you bring me that thing I asked for?
Yeah, I hope it's the one you wanted. All right if I give this to Mrs. Stevens?
Yeah, fine.
Thank you. Oh, I'd hate to have missed out on this issue.
Hi, what are you doing here?
Oh, I thought I'd just pop in and see how you were. How are you, Hazel?
Oh, I'm all right. A bit tired. I think I'll go and lie down for a bit.
Okay, honey. I'll put the kettle on. I'll bring up a cup of tea in a minute, okay?
How is she?
Well, she's just said goodbye to her kids for the last time.
Oh.
I wish there was something we could do for her.
All you can do is try and make her as happy as possible.
Happy. Anyway, how are things at the prison?
Well, now the Lassa fever scare's over, everything seems to be returning to normal.
Good. And Petra?
Oh, she's recovered, thank God. Her trial's coming up soon.
Well, I hope she gets off, for both your sakes.
She will. And the minute she's free, I'm packing her off to that church. Hey, how do you feel about being best man?
Hang about. Oh, God, what's the date?
The 12th, what?
Yeah. Tomorrow is my trial for the abduction. I'd forgotten about it with Hazel and everything else.
What, the 13th? I hope you're not superstitious.
Well, with my luck, it won't matter anyway.
Stevens, what are you doing here?
I'm on my way back to the laundry. Actually, I'm rather glad I bumped into you. Look, we haven't got much time, so I'll get straight to the point.
Oh, yes?
I want to get out of here,
You and 50 others. Now get going.
but I can pay.
How much?
2,000 now and the other 2 when I get out.
God, how would you get 2,000 in here?
I've already got